Claim Center, they will cash tickets up to $2,500 for draw and instant games. The General Store on 24 in Lewis.
Headlines you can't get through your day without. On Power 101.7.
Hey guys, it's the end of the third quarter and the Warriors are crushing the Boston Celtics. Let's sit Curry.
Do you have any scoop?
Let's sit Curry for the fourth quarter.
Any details?
And then get beat 120 to 108.
Good. Bill's like, something's funny. They sat Curry. I said, good.
In the NBA Finals. All right.
The Warriors were in the lead, and now Boston won. Good.
Is something funny?
Boston takes game one. Good.
And I know you guys are for Boston.
We are. It was so cute last night because Jesse has a jersey now. Tegan had his jersey on. The baby had his jersey on. And they're all there watching the game. I ended up falling asleep. Jesse fell asleep. Tegan stayed up. And all of a sudden, in the middle of the night, out of nowhere, this fire alarm goes off in our entire building. And it was like this whole fiasco in the middle of the night.
That was a distraction while they quietly sat Curry.
I said, wait, hold on. What's going on with the game?
Yeah.
Celtics won. I freaked out. I was like, what? Because when I fell asleep, they were losing. I was like, oh, the Warriors got game one.
See,
I was
all
wrong.
of a sudden everybody got distracted.
I was wrong.
It's 12 at the margin. That was their first bucket in the last 5 minutes.
That is outstanding defense and discipline by the Celtics, which allowed them to hang around just enough until they found rhythm offensively.
Brown on the baseline, Horford inside, counted and one. This Boston team, Mark, shooting 21 of 41 from three-point territory. That is incredibly insane and inordinate. The Celtics take game one of the 2022 NBA Finals and hand the Golden State Warriors their first home loss of the postseason.
First home loss of the postseason.
And it was the most lopsided fourth quarter in NBA Finals history.
Most lopsided.
NBA Finals history?
Most lopsided.
What? Game 2 is on Sunday, and that one's also in San Francisco. They beat them at home.
Golden State will win game 2.
Wow.
This is how it works. Golden State will win game 2. Okay. Also, one of the greatest shows ever.
Bang.
We missed it yesterday. Bang. I don't know how we missed it yesterday, but yesterday was the 20-year anniversary of The Wire.
20 years?
Yeah. One of the greatest shows. And now, they have the
wow.
I guess the sequel or the takeoff from The Wire, We Own the City. It's streaming right now on HBO Max. It's on regular HBO. But yeah, 20 years since the first season of The Wire. 5 seasons.
That's
awesome.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
So, and you can watch all 5 seasons of The Wire, by the
Wow.
way, on HBO Max.
Okay. I like it that you can do that.
Yeah.
Binge watch.
So,
all right.
So those are the 2 news stories that are important to me today: the NBA Finals and the 20th season of The Wire. But
I know
you have probably some more.
Here we go.
Serious and depressing news. But Jess, what you got?
All right. So President Biden, he urged Congress to take action on gun violence in a nationally televised address yesterday evening, in which he declared, how much more carnage are we willing to accept?
For God's sake, how much more carnage are we willing to accept? How many more innocent American lives must be taken before we say enough, enough? We need to ban assault weapons and high-capacity magazines. And if we can't ban assault weapons, then we should raise the age to purchase them from 18 to 21. Strengthen background checks. Enact safe storage law and red flag laws. Repeal the immunity that protects gun manufacturers from liability. Address the mental health crisis.
What is he saying that's wrong there? People get so in their bag. I mean, honestly, what does he say? He's not.
I know.
What is he saying that's wrong?
This is not about taking away anyone's guns.
Listen to this. Pay attention. I'm going to start that over. Listen to this.
This is not about taking away anyone's guns. It's not about vilifying gun owners. In fact, we believe we should be treating responsible gun owners as an example of how every gun owner should behave. I respect the culture and the tradition and the concerns of lawful gun owners. At the same time, the Second Amendment, like all other rights, is not absolute.
Everything that I just heard, what is he saying that's wrong? For people who get so crazy.
No, I get it.
You know? So.
No, when you do things right, when you're a gun owner and you do it the right way.
Just do it the right way.
You don't want anyone to get a gun and mishandle it and do it improperly because it's making it look bad on you.
Right.
So
absolutely. Right.
I mean, that's
say it again.
The bigger picture there. So, wow, so sad. The lives that, have been lost to gun violence.
Wow. But something's got to be done.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah.
Just to make it look like we're doing something.
He repeatedly said enough. The mass shootings, especially this one, took place just last week in Texas. Killed 19 children, 2 teachers. And that Buffalo incident, 10 people were killed. I mean, just gun violence is out of control. And it's just so sad. We asked the question, what can be done? Where do we start? Well, please, let's do something.
Wow.
So,
Jess, what else you got?
All right. So, a 46-year-old convicted murderer who's been a fugitive since escaping from a prison bus after stabbing its driver late last month was shot and killed by police yesterday. That also took place in Texas after he killed a Houston family of 5 at their vacation cabin. He stole their truck. The Texas Department of Criminal Justice spokesman Jason Clark said law enforcement located the stolen vehicle. They disabled it with spike strips and gunfire ensued. Gonzalo Lopez was killed, but no officers were injured. The bodies of 1 adult and 4 minors were found at the cabin, and it's thought that they arrived there on Thursday morning. They were killed by Lopez in the afternoon, and they had no link to him at all.
760, because stricter gun laws don't stop criminals. That's why they're criminals. Yeah, well, making weed illegal is not going to stop people from smoking weed, Raising they buying alcohol, you got to be 21. That's still not going to stop the underage people from drinking, but at least it's a little bit harder to buy alcohol until you're 21. Make things a little bit more difficult. Give people more of an inconvenience, and then maybe it'll at least take something down. If it takes away if it stops one person from doing it, I'm okay with it. If it makes it, if somebody has to wait a little bit longer when they're purchasing a firearm, if it takes I mean,
we mentioned that before. If a background check, and again, this was just my
instead of being able
opinion.
to just walk into a gun show and buying a gun and walking away, if you have to go through a process and wait a month before you can get that gun, even though you still get it, if you have to, if it poises a bigger inconvenience on the person, if that maybe changes their mind or stops it, or them saying, "Oh, this is too much," or "Oh God," if it one time,
if it deters
then
them.
it's worth making things a little stricter. You know what I'm saying? Just tighten it up. Tighten up. Not saying, that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that's they're going to be the end all be all, but if it makes things a little bit more inconvenient.
Inconvenient.
Yeah. Because there's times I pull up
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's like you pull up to the gas station, they don't have pay at the pump, and you got to go in. I'm like, forget it. I'll go to the next one.
Oh yeah, I drive to the next one. I mean, it's also been
that's
brought
all
up
I'm
too,
saying. Yeah.
Like at the schools, if it makes it a little bit more convenient for us to, if we have to show an ID or whatever it is, the proper protocol.
Yeah.
Some people say it's inconvenient, and others say, okay, let's follow the protocol.
Yeah, do whatever you got to do to make things more inconvenient for the criminal. If you can do that, then I'm okay with it. At least you're doing something instead of nothing.
Yeah.
You know? So you're not taking away no one's rights. You're just making things more inconvenient.
Wow.
Jess,
All
what
right,
else you got?
COVID vaccines for children under the age of 5 will possibly be available on June the 21st. White House COVID-19 coordinator Aisha Jha said yesterday that the COVID-19 vaccinations for children under the age of 5 may be available as soon as June 21st if federal regulators authorize them. The Food and Drug Administration's outside panel of advisors will meet on June the 14th and 15th to evaluate the Pfizer and Moderna shots for young children, the only remaining age group that is still not eligible for the COVID vaccine. If they are approved, shipments would begin soon after the first shots are possible the following week. So get ready for that. It looks like that will, there'll be a change there. Now, American Idol star here locally, Jay Copeland, he made an appearance right here at his old stomping grounds. He gets a warm welcome as he returned home yesterday. He went to James M. Bennett High School. The students there and the teachers, they lined the hallways with signs and balloons and so much more.
I shared the pics up on our Power Facebook page. You can go check it out.
It was so exciting. He stopped and was taking pictures and giving out hugs, and he was even doing some autographs. He went to the band room to speak with the current and former rock and roll revival students. Some of the students say that Jay has been an inspiration to them. He's going to be doing a free concert in the community, 7 p.m. tonight in downtown Salisbury. So that's a great look right there. And I don't know what's going on with this, but the Delaware Department of Natural Resources and Environmental Control is reminding shoppers that the options for packaging groceries and consumer goods are soon changing in the first state. So, starting on July the 1st, retail stores in Delaware, with the exemption of restaurants, will no longer provide the plastic bags at checkout. An updated plastic bag ban, which was passed by the General Assembly in 2021, expands the 2019 plastic ban to include all retail stores, with restaurants being the exception, regardless of size. The bans, the distribution and sale of all plastic film carry-out bags at the checkout were banned. So the goal is to enhance this bag ban. It's going to reduce the roadside, waterway, and seaside litter. And it will be, with the recycling efforts and help the recycling facilities, avoiding the delays when plastic bags get stuck in their machinery. So officials are encouraging customers to bring cloth and fabric reusable bags when they shop. They also add that these reusable bags should be washed or cleaned after each use by turning them inside out and wiping them down with a cleaning agent or a disinfectant.
That's what Jessica does
so
every
in
time.
Delaware,
so
get
just
ready.
Want to let you know, you need to follow Jessica's example.
Bring your fabric
reusable
bag.
She carries around her fabric bag in her car, and then she tells me about it all the time off the air. And then she goes into the store
with the
every time.
reusable bags that we use, the thicker ones.
And she takes about a half an hour when she gets home at night to wipe them down.
We wash them, we clean them, we turn them inside out, we dry them out, we flip them back, around. We use a great cleaning agent, the disinfectant, and this is something that we're very passionate about.
Yes. Have your own bags. That's what Jessica does.
And clean them and turn them inside out.
Right. 6:48. It's a Bill and Jessica show. We got sports on the way next. Here's Post Malone.